And the 5,000 naira, can it take somebody out of poverty? Yes and no. Yes, if you look at the people that you are taking this intervention to, 5,000 naira means a lot to this, because these are poor and vulnerable households. And it changes their status. But for you and me, 5,000 naira is not even enough for us to buy a recharge card. So that's the difference. But for these poor people in the communities, you have seen, they were able to save out of that 5,000 naira. If it's not making any impact, if it's not changing their economic status, I don't think nobody will force them to contribute that 1,000 naira to provide that vehicle for their needs. So 5,000 naira goes a long way. When people say 5,000 naira, it does not take people out. That is an elitist statement, honestly. It is an elitist statement, because we've had courses to go to the field, and we have seen these people that when you give them this 5,000 naira, they cry, they shed tears, because they've never seen 5,000 naira in their lives. So it goes a long way. It changes their status, and by that, it lifts them from one stage up above. You asked another question, if has anybody really benefited from the Empower program? Yes, of course. The 500,000 that have been on the program, the batch A and batch B, 500,000, they benefited on that program for a period of 4 years and 2 years. The batch A was on the program for about 4 years, and we're giving them 30,000 naira stipends monthly. And the batch B, they benefited for 2 years. So yes, the Empower beneficiaries have benefited, because these are people who were not employed, who had nothing to do, but they were engaged, and they were being paid stipends that they will use to earn a decent living. On the exit program, yes, we have an exit strategy, which we partnered with the Central Bank of Nigeria. And out of this 500,000, about 300,000 indicated interest to be put on an exit program where they can be trained different skills of their choice, and they will be given loans by the Central Bank of Nigeria for them to start their businesses. This we have gone far. We are in the process of training those that have indicated interest, and I'm sure before the end of this quarter, these people will be given these loans by the CBN. As a government agency, a ministry, we do not give loans, so we have to partner with those institutions that can do that. Unfortunately, some of these people were not very wise in their savings, but for anybody that is really serious, those of them have saved about 100,000, 109,000 of the Empower beneficiaries have become entrepreneurs. They are now employers of laborers, and we have evidence of that which can be provided to you. This is a very laudable program, and people have benefited, and people are being supported, and we have an exit strategy, and we are on it, and it's a continuous process. And the other issue raised by Gloria, you said how many have been lifted out of poverty. I just mentioned in my presentation, for us in our ministry, the 100 million Nigerians that are going to be lifted out of poverty, according to Mr. President's vision, it cuts across all MDA's efforts. And for us in our ministry, as being the lead ministry in alleviating poverty, the conditional cash transfer that we give 5,000 naira to poor and vulnerable in communities goes a long way in lifting them out of the status they were in before. You can see people have even saved, to provide a vehicle that will support them in child delivery. So this, I can say, we are supporting 1.6 million individuals. And these individuals, if you multiply the average number of a household, which is 5 to 6, you're supporting about 15 million or thereabout, more than 15 million individuals. So these people are being supported. And even in the Empower program that we are supporting now, 1 million of them, yes, that can also be added as a number of people that have been lifted out of poverty. And then other programs, the JIP program, even the National Homegrown School Feeding Program is a program that is all-encompassing. It helps in the economic value chain of a community where you feed these children and you use the rural women or the women from that community to cook this food. You support these women by paying them some kind of money that they will do the cooking. And then even the local farmers that grow the food. So these are people also that have been impacted, and it runs into millions when you do the calculation. So yes, we have lifted millions out of poverty using our programs. I've just said the 1.6 for the conditional cash transfer. You are supporting over 100,000 women cooks. You are supporting 2.1 million trader money and market money and farmer money beneficiaries. We are supporting the Empower, which is 1 million, both the graduates and non-graduates. So if you do the calculation, I will ask one of my staff, maybe the national coordinator of the National Social Investment, to give you the exact figures. Gloria. Thank you. Then on the homegrown school feeding program, we wanted to also know whether it has increased the number of pupils or it decreased. Of course, it has increased the number. We started with just about 5 million or thereabout when the program started. Now we are talking about 9.8 million, close to 10 million people that are being fed every day through this program. And surely it shows that people's intake have been increased in schools. So it's an increase, not a decrease, really. And then the other question. The out-of-school people, the out-of-school children, I will ask my coordinator to give us the exact figures so that you don't quote me wrong, but there are over 10 million of them. But I'll ask him to speak to that when I finish, please, Dr. Bindio, to speak to that. Then on the question, is that all, Gloria, or is that another one?